Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today we are going to do some work on this tree, a little problem tree, which is the Japanese maple raft. Biggest problem on this tree is something I showed you before, that this trunk should be much thicker than this one, because this is the one in the front. I realized when I watched the last video that it was not easy to see on camera, but probably if you see it this way you can see what the fault is here. So we have a big swelling at this part, and this is rather thin. So in the overall, this tree should grow more, so and to allow it to fatten, and therefore I'm going to try two things this year. So here we have a branch, and as you can see, I pointed one branch straight up towards the light, and I'm intending to let this one grow well 1 meter above the rest of the tree, so that a lot of sap is coming through this whole trunk, which will help fatten this trunk. So I'm not going to cut back this year. I'm going to cut it back and then just keep the small branch here, which I must well, tame a little more. The other thing I'm going to do is try to close this wound and make this part of the tree a little more active, because it is not swelling, because there's not a lot growing on this side. So therefore I'm going to use this little tree, which is technically a twin brother of this one, because they're all issued from the same plant. So you see it's planted in a rather strange way, but it's on purpose, of course. And what I'm going to do is to graft this branch here and here, and hopefully this will fuse, and then I will be able to cut back this plant, and this branch will continue to grow, and this branch will continue to grow, making this part of the trunk thicken faster, and also closing this huge gap, which will never close otherwise if I don't give it a little hand. So I'm just marking where I think that the cuts should be made, so it's quite easy. It's just here and here at the smaller part, so no big deal. There's not a lot to mark. Maybe this one. And I'm going to make an incision here, quite small one, and one there with a Dremel tool. So I'm sorry about the noise, just going to start it and then get it over with quite quickly. So let's see if it fits. Well, this is just fine. So now let's get some raffia. It could have been possible to just plant this tree along with the other in the same pot, but it's not really necessary. The good thing about that is that, well, when I remove the graft, when it has taken, I still have this branch which can take over the rest of the tree and, well, gives me a little extra tree. So now the top one, which was basically the same operation, so no need to bother you. I think this thing is going to stay nicely in place. It's well anchored in the tree. So this should become a part of the trunk. This branch is going to grow then and will probably attract a lot of sap through this part. So that's the work I wanted to do for today. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.